First question comes from Kevin Varghese. Your line is live.
Hey, Sabah. Kevin from Overtime Heroics here. How you doing?
Good. How about you?
Doing well. As you know, there's a great tragedy that struck Beirut in Lebanon. You're from of Lebanon ancestry. What are your thoughts on the current situation right now?
It's crazy, man. What's been going on, but for the people that were affected by it, my prayers go out to everyone out there. I actually did have an aunt that her home got damaged pretty bad, so I'm just glad everyone's safe on my family's end. So that's about it.
So with this fight coming up, what do you plan on doing with the Curtis Millender? He has a wrestling heavy style. Do you plan on negating his wrestling and making him stand up with you, or are you gonna welcome him to the ground?
It's a fist fight, man. I'm going in to fight, so I'm gonna go in there and fight my fight. Wherever I want to take it, I could take it. So if I want to strike with this guy, if I want to take him down, if I want to, I could do whatever I decide to do. So it all come down to once that cage door closes.
All right, last question. With Bellator, being in this pandemic situation, do you see yourself fighting very soon, or do you plan on taking some time off before picking your next fight?
I hope to stay active. So if I hopefully no serious injuries, or hopefully I come out healthy from this fight, and I would like to get back into it. So we'll see. We'll see what Bellator has in store for me.
All right, Sabah, thank you so much, and good luck on your fight this Friday.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Sabah, can you tell us a little bit about your training camp and how any adjustments you had to make due to the COVID pandemic?
I didn't really have to make any adjustments. Gym was open. So, yeah, got all the training in I needed to get in. So I'm prepared and ready to go.
Great. Our next question comes from the line of Gareth Davies.
Good evening, Sabah from London. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Just going back over the question that the other chap posed to you about the explosion in Beirut. Do things like that affect you in a kind of inspiring way as well, that you want to go out there and win and then give a message and talk out about that you're doing this to make people more entertained, or that we're all in a struggle, we're all in a massive global struggle, not to diminish what happened. I mean, it was extraordinarily frightening to watch that, wasn't it? And I think it's about the 12th one in the last 70 years that have happened with ammonium nitrate. But do you're a brilliant guy. Do you have a wider message? There aren't many fighters from the Middle East or from the Near East. And, Sadawad, yourself, I often find that you guys have a deeper meaning because of what's going on in your homeland,
Yeah, absolutely. I'd love, to get on the mic and after I get this W and say some words. It's a tragedy what happened, of course, and I would love to dedicate this W to everyone who, went through this tragedy. So it sucks, but of course, there's always things you're going to go through in life, and you always just got to get back on your feet and move forward. So this fight will definitely be dedicated to my family in Lebanon and everyone over there who was affected by it.
Thank you for that. Lovely words. Thank you. You mentioned that you did kind of normal things in lockdown, but I suspect you may have learned things about yourself, because we've all had to kind of be informed, whether it's Black Lives Matters or what COVID is, or just think a little bit more maybe that the world's changed. Like the swans returned to the Venice Canal, the skies didn't have airplanes. It won't have been lost on you. All fighters have great radars. Things have changed during COVID, haven't they?
Yeah, definitely.
What did you learn about yourself? What were your observations during it?
you know, I just think this COVID thing's a fluke a little bit. You know, I think I don't know. It could definitely affect some people, but with a 99.7 survival rate, I'm not too worried about it. And yeah, I mean, those are my
Well,
thoughts on COVID.
that's the answer from the sleek shake. You're a fighter, so you know you
No,
guys
of course. I
don't.
mean, I maybe I have a different outlook on things, but you know, it's the facts. It's not really. I mean, take a look at. I mean, I don't know. India has 3.5. What was it? Billion. Their population is way more than ours, and their death rate is significantly lower than the U.S. And I mean, I don't know. I couldn't tell you what's going on over here, but it would be nice to hear the truth and you know to put this bullshit behind us so people can get back to their normal everyday lives. You know, because there's small businesses by my house that are closing down because they can't stay open and or whatever the reason is, and they can't you know afford to keep their business open, so they're shutting down, and it's sad to see, you know, and like people, you know, people who aren't working, not everyone gets to go to work and make some money and put some food on the table and whatnot. So there's a lot of people out there that are definitely struggling, and I think it's just wrong. You know, things just need to definitely get back to normal.
I appreciate you talking about global issues with me 48 hours before you punch someone in the face and they punch you in the face. I really do appreciate it because it's not the biggest thing on your minds. Have a great night on Friday night. I wish I was there. Go do it, Sleek Shake.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Cheers, brother. Thank you.
Our last question comes from Jared Mondavi.
Hey, Sabah, thanks for the time.
Are you there? All right, go ahead. Your line is live.
Hey, Sabah, thanks for the time, man.
No problem.
You know, you're one of 5 Bellator fighters on this card training out of South Florida. Can you speak on the talent that you have, not only in your gym, but really all over South Florida today in general?
Yeah, South Florida, there's a lot of high-level, you know, fighters down there. I'm just happy to be a part of one of the best gym in the world. You know, American Top Team has been the best gym in the world. My opinion since I've been there, but yeah, it's great. I love it. Got great coaches, great teammates. I'm just happy to be where I'm at.
All right, great. Thank you very much, Sabah. I appreciate your time. Your line is live.
Thank you, Curtis. I appreciate your time today. And my question for you is, you're 3-2 now in Bellator. This is your 3rd stint with the promotion. See yourself right now in Bellator MMA.
You said that one more time?
Oh, yes. You're 3-2 right now in Bellator, 3rd run in the promotion. You just came off a win over Moses Murrieta. So where do you see yourself in the promotion right now?
You know, I feel like with a win, a dominant win, I can be, you know, right on my way to the top of the promotion. There's a lot of good fights for me at 70 and 85. So, you know, everywhere I go, I want to be successful everywhere I go. So if I go to a promotion, I'm here to take it over.
Is that a goal of yours then, to be a 2-weight class champion at 170 and 185?
Yeah, you know, I want to definitely take 170 first, but, you know, I've been dipping and dabbling back and forth with the 185 thing. So I'm sure I can do both.
All right. And how do you feel about Sabah Homasi as an opponent? He's got some very nasty power shots, but I'm sure you've got a lot in store for him as well.
You know, unfortunately for him, like, in order to use that power, you got to get close. It's a lot of things you got to get through. Speed kills power every time. So, you know, he has to cross that line. And unfortunately, that line is fireworks. It's fireworks at that line, bombs at that line. You know, it's a rough place to be.
All right. Well, we'll look forward to you dropping bombs on Friday. Thank you, Curtis.
Thank you.
Our next question comes from Giancarlo Alino.
Hi, Curtis. You've had to adapt to this new norm now, like a lot of fighters, with the gym protocols and changing the way everyone prepares for a fight. So how have you adapted to this new norm and preparing for this fight?
You know, it's given me a lot more time to just become a better fighter, not just physically, but mentally too. You know, I've always been a fight nerd. I watch a lot of fighting. I do a lot of things to mentally prepare myself for fights, but this just added to it. You know, more time to watch video, not so much strain on the body because I'm not able to train like I normally do. I got to add some weightlifting, which I was not really against, but I've never really done too much like heavy weightlifting, but I was able to add that. So it's been a plus for me.
And what's been the most difficult part about that? Like, is it more like the striking or working with a training partner? Like, how has it changed the way you do things on a day-to-day basis?
I wouldn't say it's been any difficulty as far as the preparation. I just miss everybody. I just miss everybody. That's all. So I haven't been able really to work out with my my head striking coach as much as I wanted to during this whole thing. But you know, it's you know, we were able to sit down and talk. And you know, he's a great teacher. So even him just talking to me and explaining things to me goes a long way.
And final question for me, just now the new thing with no fans is a new norm. So any thought to that? Does it change anything for you coming into this fight?
No, not really. I know people are watching, so I can still go out there and perform, just whether it's an audience here or on TV. I know I'm still being watched, so I know I still have to perform.
Thank you. Best of luck.
Thank you.
All right, our next question comes from Ben Keeley.
Hi, Curtis. So you said that you're missing people during the lockdown. Have you taken on any new hobbies or projects apart from the weightlifting during the lockdown?
Just cooking a lot more and gaining weight. And the weightlifting, just working with different things. I added like club bells and the Atlas bars. So that's it really. A lot more reading.
And is the weight that you put on, is that what's making you think about possibly moving up to middleweight?
I was contemplating it before the quarantine. I fought in January. It was supposed to be at 85. So and we ended up going to 80. So I've been contemplating it for a while. You know, I'm getting older. I've never struggled to make 170. It's not hard at all to make 170, but you know, as I'm starting to get older, I don't want to put a lot of miles on the body. So anything that can, you know, make me get to these fights a little easier and more healthy. That's the real goal behind it.
One fighter that you seem to be always linked with a fight with is Michael Venom Page. I'm just wondering, is that chapter over now, or do you think that fight will ever happen?
I mean, a very, very tiny part of me believes it may happen eventually, but I'm not. If it happens, it happens.
Okay. One last one for me. I know you like to study fights. Just who are your favorite fighters to watch at the moment?
Right now, Stylebender, Aaron Pico, and those are probably like the main two right now outside within MMA. But watching a lot of boxers. I'm trying to add some new things without really giving it away. I'm trying to you know, go to the body a little more.
All right, our next question comes from Kevin Varghese.
Hey, Curtis. Dope fit, by the way.
Thank you very much, sir.
One question for you is, you said a couple of days ago that you're planning on testing free agency. In January, you said you wanted the MVP fight. So, you know, are you gonna, if you win this fight this Friday, do you plan on, you know, staying around to see if you can catch up to MVP, or do you want to probably go to possibly UFC, one championship? You know, look where your moves will be.
You know, I have a family to support and take care of. So it's always, you know, where my services are always going to be to the highest bidder. And that's just because I have people to support and to take care of. But as far as like the MVP thing, like I said, you know, it is what it is. But, you know, when somebody keeps dangling, giving you stuff and then taking it away, you know, that gets old real fast. And that's how I feel about MVP.
All right. So, you know, recently we saw Kamaru Usman, you know, defeat Jorge Masvidal for the UFC welterweight championship. If say you were to match yourself up against Kamaru Usman, how do you see yourself, fighting against even the champions right now, against Kamaru Usman, Bellator's champion Douglas Lima? How do you see yourself right now as a contender?
I feel like I can compete, especially now with this new confidence with just being on the ground. I get a lot of backlash just for my wrestling, or for the lack of my wrestling that they think I don't really have. But just even with the last fight, just applying it, seeing how easy it is just to apply my skill set and the comfort level that I have with just applying it, it's made me a way better fighter. So I wouldn't be worried about neither one. It'll be a good fight with Usman and a phenomenal fight with Douglas Lima. Like that would be crazy. That'd be really fun. But I feel like I feel like I can beat them both. You have to feel like you beat them both. If you don't think you can beat a champ, you need to go sit down and do something different.
Our last question comes from Andrew McCarroll.
Hi, Curtis. Hope you're well.
Right,
I know you're a big WWE fan. Who do you like there? And is that a career choice you'd be interested in?
Oh, man, Randy Orton. Randy Orton, that's the man. That is the man. And so Randy Orton and Bray Wyatt. Bray Wyatt is like, to me, might be my favorite guy of all time on the mic already.
So Millender by RKO. I'm going to put that as my bet down.
Right.
You were saying after how things finished with the UFC, you felt you were fighting with a chip on your shoulder now. After things have ended the way they did, how do you feel now with your second or third one with Bellator?
I still have to have that chip on my shoulder, even though it's the past of the past, but what I did in January was amazing. So I can't change it. I got to continue to fight with the chip on my shoulder so I can continue to go out there and have performances like I did last time.
You had obviously the MVP fight and then the Joe Schilling fight would have been kind of two big signature fights for you, take away from you. You said that you're going to test free agency. Scott Coker and Bellator come to you and say, pick who you want to sign on the dotted line and stay. What's the name that comes out of your mouth?
To tell you the truth, at this point, Joe, I have a really fun story about why I want the Joe Schilling fight so bad. It'll come. I'll tell it eventually. So I got to save it so we have some stories.
So I don't get used to it. So thanks a lot.
No
really
problem.
appreciate that. Thanks very much, Curtis. Best of luck.
Thank you.
All right, cheers. Thank you very much, Curtis. We appreciate your time.